You can enable 3D on your layers to create lighting effects on your videos and images. First, enable 3D on your layer by clicking on the 3D box in the Layer Timeline menu. You can also do this by going to Layer, 3D Layer. To create a light, go to Layer, New Light. In the Light menu, make it a spotlight for a more dramatic effect. I'm going to keep the default settings for now, but in a minute I'll show you what these properties control. The light only affects 3D layers. If I click off the 3D layer, then the light does not affect it. Double-click on the light layer in the composition timeline to bring up the light settings menu. Make sure the preview box is clicked on. The intensity controls how hot the light is. The cone angle controls the size of the head of the light. The size of the head focuses the light. The cone feather controls the sharpness or softness of the fall-off of the light. Adjust the cone angle and the feather in tandem with each other so you can light the right amount of the frame with the size of the head and apply the right amount of fall-off. In the frame, there is an outlined representation of the 3D light. It contains X, Y, Z coordinates for position, rotation, and point of interest. You can adjust them by clicking and dragging on the corresponding arrow. However, using the transform menu of the light layer in the timeline gives you a lot more control. Let's view the light in two views so that we have a better sense of where it is in 3D space. Go to the Views drop-down menu in the Composition viewer. If you don't see it, click and drag on the edge of your Composition preview window to expand it and select two views. Then click on the second view window to select it. You can tell that a window is selected by the blue triangles at the edges. The menus at the bottom of the composition window refer to the selected window. Select the view you want for the second window from the drop-down menu. I'm going to choose left. This will let us see the composition from the side. You can choose the size of the view too, from larger to smaller. You always want to see an active camera view. This is the camera view that your exported video will be. Let's take a closer look at the properties of the light layer in the transform menu. The point of interest is what the light is pointing at. It controls the head of the light. It has XYZ coordinates. The position is the position of the other end of the light. It also has XYZ coordinates. The orientation is the way that the light is oriented in space. The rotation is the way the light is rotated. Orientation and rotation seem to do the same thing, but there are subtle differences. The main thing is that movement is easier to control with rotation, so I want to focus on that property for this demonstration. So let's animate these properties. Let's have the light subtly move across his face. I'm going to click the stopwatch to set keyframes at the start for point of interest, position, and Y rotation. Now at the end, I'll make some adjustments. Having the left view is good, so I can see in space what changes I'm making. You won't see it move as you are previewing, but if you stop the playback, you can see the position. There are lots of options here, from the light you choose to the kinds of animation you can apply. Have fun experimenting.